fund was set up because just over 2 years ago, Moira Jones was murdered in Glasgow. She was the only daughter of Beatrice and Hugh, and the circumstances of her death were so dreadful that I don't think those of us who have never been touched by anything like that can ever imagine what family, parents would go through. Parents don't usually, of course, naturally expect to outlive their children. If they die of an illness or in an accident, I think that perhaps in a way that's something that you can come to terms with. But when someone dies a violent death at the hands of another individual, that makes it all the more difficult, the more painful to come to terms with. And they, as a family, clearly went through hell. But they came out of the other side and for whatever reason, for a most extraordinary inbuilt sense of humanity that they must have, decided that the experience that they had had is one that could possibly help other families who found themselves in a similar situation. So they set up the Moira Fund to be a giving charity, a charity that supports other families who find themselves in that same heartbreaking situation. There are all sorts of support agencies that are available, but I think if you find that you're faced with someone who has gone through exactly the same kind of hell that you have gone through, then you have the confidence of knowing that they understand what you're going through. They really do know, because they've been there, they've experienced it. So it isn't hollow, it isn't social services doing a job. It's individuals who genuinely can appreciate and understand the depths of your pain. The charity works in a very particular way. It provides support, emotional support, financial support. It could be quite simply that people need to get away on a retreat, that perhaps they don't have enough money as a family to pay for a proper funeral, that there are all sorts of ways in which they might need financial help, getting other members of the family to come and support them at a time of grief. So financial support, yes, but emotional support also in ensuring that people have counsellors, so they provide that as well. The fund's been established for just over a year now, and in that time they've been able to help an enormous number of people all over the country. And just as importantly, they've got a terrific amount of support. Individuals who perhaps feel helpless when it comes to doing something physically or practically, but they can put their hand in their pocket or they can write a cheque. And I think that in the just over 12 months now that the charity has been formed, it's made an enormous impact. I suppose if we were being flippant, we would say that it's already punching above its weight, but I think it's punching in an area where clearly it was needed. And I think the fact that it's doing as well as it is and helping as many people as it is and has become, I think successful in this context is the wrong word, but it's getting the right profile and people are recognising the importance of what it does. The fact that police services are coming to the Moira Fund and saying, please will you help us? They're getting the recognition that they deserve for doing a job that no one else is doing in quite the same way.